Well, hello to all of my oily explorers and oily hackers. It's Teresa Sanderson, and I am coming to you live this morning. I believe it's already Tuesday. Can you believe it? But I'm excited to connect with you, and I've got a couple of things to share that I'm super excited about. And so today we're going to be talking a little bit about super simple self-care. That's the first thing. And I always just think that self-care is so very, very important, right? But sometimes it's the easiest thing to neglect because we're so busy taking care of everybody else and doing everything else that needs doing that, we forget to take care of ourselves, right? And that's just like I say, it's one of the most important things that we can ever do. Now, as you pop into the room, please feel free to say hello. Let me know that you're here. I'd love to connect with you. And thank you for joining me today, taking time out of your busy day. I totally appreciate that. So for super simple self-care, we're going to talk a little about that. I'm going to share with you my favorite products and oils that I have in a little go bag that I just turf or toss into my suitcase or backpack so that I'm ready on the go to take care of myself. And then lastly, I'll share with you how you can get a chance to win $170 in retail value of free Young Living essential oils. I'm super excited to be having this giveaway. So I will share that with you when I finish up. So let me just take a quick look here and see where I'm at. So self-care. Most of you know, hey Julie, thanks for joining me, girl. Most of you know that hi Grace. Most of you know that I have experienced major depression myself. And one of the things I learned through that long 3-year journey, of healing and working through all of that, coming out of that, was the importance of self-care. Because in my life, if there's one role that I have always felt that I have, it's the role of being a helper. That's just me. I've always been a helper. I believe I will always be a helper, and that is just so much a part of me. So what happens to helpers? We typically kind of get lost in the shuffle, and then being a nurse as well, it just kind of added to that whole identity, right, of being a helper, because that's what I do and that's what I did. And so that led me down this slippery slope of really just not taking very good care of myself, always just taking care of everything else that needed doing. So in my 3-year journey back to good, solid mental health and emotional health was a lot of self-reflection and kind of letting go of that identity that I had of myself of just being a nurse. That was so much of my identity was caught up in that. And so I learned, that I need balance, number one. I need to be able to recognize that I'm not only a nurse, I'm a woman, a wife, a mother, a sister, a daughter, all of these roles that we have. And I don't know, sometimes that's overwhelming too. Right? But I'm all of these different things. And so really letting go of that identity that I had formed of myself and lived with for about 25 years or more was really, really hard and a painstaking thing to do. But what I learned to do during those 3 years was take care of myself and nurture myself and know that it is totally okay and absolutely necessary to do that. So as I started my oily journey 3 years ago toward a more natural approach to health, it was one thing to be able to diffuse in my home. You see my beautiful Desert Mist diffuser behind me, and I've got some Freedom Essential Oil Blend in there today. It's just awesome. But, we're not always near a diffuser, right? So what do you do when you go on the road? And actually, I did this experiment for the first time a couple of years ago when I traveled with my good friend to Costa Rica for about 10 days, and I made up a little go bag that I could take with me. That was my first, what I considered my oily experiment to see. I don't want to take anything, from the cabinet, those little bottles of things that we buy. I didn't want to take any of those things with me. I wanted to take all of my oils to support myself. And so here are some of the things that I took and that I still take today and consider my favorite products and items for my go bag. As a matter of fact, I just unpacked this go bag yesterday because I traveled a bit over the weekend. So, very first thing, Thieves Roll-On, right? Who can go a day without a Thieves Roll-On? Whether you take a Thieves bottle like this one and put a roll-on topper on it and just put it on the bottom of your feet every single day, I do not miss a day doing that, and I believe that's why Greg and I both, hey Samantha, thank you for joining me, but I believe that's why Greg and I both have not been to the doctor in the last couple of years for anything more than a wellness check, and that's because it works. That's because it works. Now, this, of course, isn't Thieves thieves in my hand, but I'm just make believe, okay? So thieves roll-on for the bottom of my feet every single day. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Samantha. That is definitely always probably the first thing in my go bag. The next thing I take is a Tranquil roll-on that I totally love, because Tranquil is a blend of lavender, cedar wood, and something else. I'm sorry, I can't remember. Oh, Roman chamomile. How could I forget that one? So it's a blend of these 3 powerful oils that are really, really good for promoting a good night's sleep. And you know, sometimes when you travel, right, you're in a strange place, so you might not be as comfortable as you normally are. Maybe the pillow's not quite right, you know what I mean? And I also travel with my pillow pretty much anymore. But anyway, so Tranquil for a good night's sleep, and also for those times during the day when I might feel a little nervous or stressed or worried, right? Tranquil roll-on, baby, right here on the wrist or right here behind your ears, on the back of your neck is going to be wonderful, wonderful for you. So far 2 things, thieves and then also Tranquil. The next thing I love to take with me is a bottle of Joy Essential Oil. Oh my gosh, for just feeling like a woman. Joy is beautiful. It can be a replacement for any perfume that you may want to wear, because it is absolutely gorgeous. The aroma of it is fantastic, and it does just inspire within you those feelings of joy. So I think that is definitely one that I keep. Again, I like it right here behind my ears. I like it also on my wrist, and just rub it together. And then you can always just make a scent tent with your hands and put a drop of oil in your palms, rub them together like that, and just cup your hands loosely over your nose and face and breathe in, inhale 3 or 4 times. You will get a wonderful, wonderful benefit from that, okay? So that is Joy. The next thing is in my go bag is peppermint essential oil. I do not go a day without peppermint. I still start my day with it every single day because it's wonderfully invigorating. And I do just what I mentioned before with the scent tent. First thing in the morning before Greg and I even get out of bed, we put a drop of peppermint essential oil in our palms, rub it together, and inhale 3 or 4 times. It takes the sleep out of our eyes and gets us ready for a nice day. You know, no matter what the day brings, we feel invigorated and we're ready to go. So love it for that. But also in my go bag, peppermint here on the temples and a drop behind the back of the neck. If you have any discomfort from the neck up when your head hurts, peppermint is wonderful. It's also great for an occasional upset stomach. So if you're just a little queasy from travel, or just, you know, maybe things got a little irregular, peppermint is going to be great for that. So I love, love, love it in my go bag. And it's also good for just applying on the skin if you have any sore muscles. So it does a lot of good things for you. And if you apply it to the skin like that, it actually is very warming to that area and very soothing to any sore muscles. So you see, I'm hitting some really common things that can happen. This is kind of like my what if bag. You know, what if something like this happens? The next thing I like to take with me is some Raven essential oil blend, and that's just in case. You know, sometimes when you stay in a hotel or somebody else's house, the air is just different and you can end up with a stuffy head. And so having some Raven around is wonderful for that, for helping open up those nasal airways and being able to breathe easy. So this is just wonderful. Next that I like to carry with me is Digei's Essential Oil Blend. Oh my gosh. I will not go without Digei's, because when you need that heavy hitter to tame a terrible tummy, this is the one you want to have on hand. And I do like to carry the Vitality version with the white label just like this, because if I want to put it in my water or water bottle, it's perfect. This is the kind that's designed to be taken by mouth. So I love it like that. So if I have a bottle of water that I'm sipping on and I've got a terrible tummy thing going on, I'll add a drop of Digei's to that bottle of water and simply, you know, invert it a couple of times before I take a sip, and that way it's nice and mixed and I can drink that down. Okay, so Digei's is always one that comes with. Next, I take one or the other of these. Joyce, that sounds like a question for probably your physician or pharmacist. If you have allergies, I don't know. Okay, I wouldn't be able to speak to that. Now, for anything achy or uncomfortable, you know, any kind of discomfort, I always like to have either a Deep Relief Roll-On or Pan-Away with me. And those are just fantastic because you know, whether it's discomfort from the neck up, I can apply it here on my temples, the back of my neck, or if I have sore bones, joints, whatever, I can just rub either one of those on and it's going to really, really help me. So you always have to be, you know, careful that you've got something for discomfort, right, when you're on the go. The last oil that I'll mention is Copaiba. I do love me some Copaiba. It virtually has no scent to it, but it's great for any kind of bone and joint discomfort, okay? So knees, hips, backs, things like that. This is great to just be able to rub on the skin. And do you hear how everything that I'm talking about today, I'm really talking about just topical application? If you take your diffuser with you, have at it. They're going to work the same way. But when I'm on the go, I typically do a lot more topical use, just applying to my skin, keep it nice and simple, and I still can take care of myself on the go. Do you see how easy that is? So Copaiba, for anything sore, achy, tender, or swollen, you will love, love, love having that in your go bag. Lastly, we got to dot the I's and cross the T's, right? Ningxia Red. You're going to want to take, depending on how long you're going to be gone, you may want to take a bottle of Ningxia Red with you, or at least take your little 2-ounce Ningxia Red packets that are ready to go and have enough for each day that you're going to be gone, okay? You're going to want to have that with you so that you can continue to support your wellness while you're on the go, okay? You don't, just because you're taking a vacation, you're not going to take a vacation from wellness, right? You're going to do your self-care while you're on the go. Life 9 probiotic, that always makes its way for me. Super duper important for my overall digestive health. And then let's see what else I've got here. Inner Defense is also something, Inner Defense capsules from Young Living, that is also something that I have to have on hand, and that's a just in case. It's a just in case. But sometimes when we travel, it's more easy for us to come down with something or catch something that's going around just because we're under additional stress of just moving ourselves around from one place to another. Maybe we're not sleeping as much for a couple of days, you know, while we travel, all of that kind of thing. So we have to be really careful with that. So have some Inner Defense with you to support you in the event you feel like you have something coming on. And then lastly, Thieves cough drops. I'm never without those, either Thieves cough drops or Thieves lozenges. So there's about a dozen things that kind of make up my go bag, but it's small, easy to carry, and I always have what I need. So let's talk now about this giveaway that I'm having, and I plan on giving these oils away. It's $170 retail value of Young Living essential oils, and let's go through the lineup so you know what they are. But I'll be giving them away like the third week of April. So what's in there? 15 ml Copaiba. 15 ml Copaiba is going to be in there for you. A 15 ml pine essential oil is going to be in there. 15 ml lime. Oh my gosh, I love me some lime. And a 15 ml eucalyptus radiata is going to be part of that giveaway. And then I've got 3 vitality oils in there. A 5 ml spearmint vitality, a 5 ml nutmeg vitality, and a 5 ml Digest vitality. So altogether, these oils total about $170 retail value. And here's how you get them. I'm very excited because I've recently released a brand new ebook called The Insider's Guide to Essential Oils for Energy. And if you haven't picked it up yet, or even if you have, you can get in on this giveaway. So there's a link above this video to just hop in there and download, you can hop in there and download the free ebook and then share this post on your personal page, okay? And comment below this video, #giveaway, and that'll get you in the drawing to win. Again, when I've given away 500 copies of my ebook, and it's the third week of April, I'm going to choose a day, maybe around the 18th or so. Somebody is going to win $170 worth of Young Living essential oils, and you guys saw them. So they are all amazing. They are everyday oils, and that's it. That is the scoop I've got for you today. So thank you for tuning in, and God bless your day. Bye.